Hey, this is Cool PC Doc. I am making a video today, just doing a generic kind of thing, but I'm playing the game Rolling Line. We're going to talk about how to create a new train layout. So, let me get into the game. So, we're not going to resume, okay? This is, we're going to start a new game. Now we're going to choose our map. We're going to do custom map. It's going to be these are some different starting points. We're going to go with an empty one. So this is the generic room. I don't like the sky up and everything. So what I want to do is modify my room here just a bit. We're going to do some settings. Snap to table, snap to grid, table snapping, table snap to grid. So that's what we want that. Now, we're going to open up one of these drawers here. And I want to get to the colors. Oops. There's where my paints are. Now, for the ceiling. Okay, we're going to do custom. Okay, we're going to do the ceiling. Um, Blue. Okay, we're going to get rid of that with the R key. Now the walls. We're going to make the walls a shade of gray. And now we're going to do the floor after I get rid of that color. We're going to change the floor to a see how I like this lighter, really light gray. Okay, looks good enough to me. I don't feel like I'm in the abyss, so get rid of that color. Close the drawer for now. And we're going to get rid of the plane in the overhead. I don't care about the plane flying around, buzzing around over in my head. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our tables here. So let's find the tables. Yep. I don't like these big blocky looking tables. They're just ugly. Ooh, let's go back to the big blocky. Now let's change the style. And we're going to do kind of a simple layout here. All right, put my first table down. We're gonna walk towards it using the the WASD keys. Grab another one. We'll have two tables. And we're gonna have, come back over here, and we're gonna use a end table. Simple, simple, simple little table. We're going to go through some of the very basics of this. Laying tracks, running trains, and possibly get into building a tunnel. Okay, so now that we have that, let's change to our colors again. We're going to get this, use this shade of green here. We're going to go boop, boop. There. Now we have our color. Have a grassy area. But you see this is still all movable. I don't want to, when I'm laying track, I don't want to have tables move or get deleted and then I'm building in error. You know, that's no fun. So we're going to close this drawer for now, and we're going to take this little fancy dancy tool. Oh, that is the locomotive tool. We'll just get rid of it. We'll go to 1. This is the track, detail, terrain, and room editor. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to apply all the changes. Now, when I put that back in my tool belt, now you see none of this stuff is editable, but I can still put stuff on top of it. So the only thing I really want to do, and maybe I should make this editable again, is I want to put a drawer over here on this table. Like right in between the two tables, actually. So we're going to get this tool back out, and we're going to go details. That one did not do it, so let's go edit room. These two middle tables are editable. The reason I like doing this, I don't like walking that back over here all the time, so we're going to go and grab this stuff here. We're going to grab one of these. Alright. I'm going to put that in slot 4. So I can close that drawer. And we're going to walk. We're going to go 3. Now we're going to edit this drawer so that for the purposes of this, we're just going to hit the F key. Alright, let's hit the F key again. Edit options is what we want, the Q key. So it pulls up our little menu here. So we want to utilize the handle. Go with the standard size. We're going to change the interior box color to nice red. Let's get rid of that. Now we want the outer box color. Good enough. Okay. So now we're going to slide back, and I can push that drawer in. But that's still too high up, so I'm going to center myself a little bit more. We're going to hit the F key. Okay. Looks good to me. And now we have a fully working drawer. But now I want to apply these changes. I don't want to move that stuff. That's that's our basic table layout. So it's pretty slick. We've changed our room settings, colors. I'm going to show you a little cool feature in this game. When we go over here in our room, we'll put that tool away. These are different issues of model railroading or model rolling line. This is where they put, I just learned this, this is where they put all the updates to the game. Then you go over here and you can see now selling actual LEDs, micro LEDs, so we have that in there. Curved turnout, smooth gradients, custom curves, many new styles, customized freely to your liking. So I've made in some of my previous layouts, I've had to customize switches so that they would fit my need. So then they have different different things. So in here, over 40 updates. You can see they have different things. You can zoom in on this page so you can see all the different things that they have available. Another page turner. They call this the Miami Shelf layout. So here we can visit the in-game. That's pretty amazing. So you can do some pretty good stuff. All right, so I think I lost my new game. I should have saved it, and that's exactly what happened. You know, that's just about par for this. But you can do all kinds of cool things. So we're going to do this again real fast. Going to turn it to customs. We're going to change colors of in the room. So we'll just kind of whip through this kind of fast. And there we have the floor. Now let's go build the tables. So, whoops, close the drawer. Edit options. So we want to do the Q key. I'll go to the edit key very quickly. That's pretty close to the middle. Now we're going to open our drawer here. We're going to go to the paints and we're going to get some green for the top. Close the drawer. Now we're going to take the little handy dandy tool and we're going to apply changes. So that locks everything in place. So we've got everything we need. We have a drawer, we have tools. So now we are ready to, as I showed you the magazine, we're not going to go down that road anymore. We're going to go up here. Okay, now over here, gameplay, editing, snapping, snap track, snap props, snap to angle, snap to grid, scale when copying, snap to roads to side. So all that is set the way we need it. We say go with that like that. Let's walk into our build. Let's start laying some track down. Now I'm in miniature size on top of the train board. Alright. Got a little turned around. I don't usually use the stuff from this drawer here. I use what they call custom drawer. Actually, this right here. So this I can choose my curves. I can choose the angle of my curves. I can choose how many tracks I want to do a double. I can do double. I can do triple. And it's going to give me the proper curves for my build. So something that a lot of people aren't talking about. Now here I can do 1 inch. We can make it whatever spacing we want between the rails. So gonna do, just see what it looks like at a 1/2 inch. Take that right down to, oops, one too far. Now watch when I do this. Now they're but should be right on top of each other. A little bit close. As you see the effects it has. So there is what I typically do. What I'm gonna do. Then we can do turnouts. We can do, we can adjust the angle. We can adjust the radius of the turn out. We can adjust the length of the turnout, the main straight one. And then we can make it right or left. So click, click. So that's pretty cool. We have different styles of turnouts. Then we have turnout 3. It's coming off of a turn. You can change the direction left, right. You got all the other same parameters as the standard. We've got the Y turnout. We can change all the parameters on that as well. So we have 2 angles to play with. So this makes this game way more versatile than what so many people show on their videos. So many people are there, they're in the drawer with all the multiple curves and trying to figure out which curve. We can skip all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with oh, we can put a turntable in. We can do custom directions. So we can have multiple branches off. We could have a nice rail yard and garage area to store trains, engines, and cars and things of that nature. So lots of things that we can do in this game. Um, but I'm going to do I'm going to do double straights. They're going to be 7-inch straights. See, now these snap to the direction I am going. Now, say I'm putting it here and I want to be right here, but once I get going this way, let's just give ourselves a couple of straights here. I like doing this double to do what we're going to do today. Then we're going to go and put a double curve. Now I can go right like that. I just use the Q key. But I don't know if I like this radius, so we're going to just go and destroy this. Okay. So I want this to be 30, 60, 90. Because two sets of 90s will make I don't know if I'm going to have the real estate. Okay, so that just barely made it. So my poor planning on my part was my detriment. So All right, that's probably about as close as we're going to get. So I'm going to put one of these straights over there. Now we're going to run the, this is just a simple double oval. But watch this. This is what's really cool about this. I know there's a key that we can use for repeating, but I don't remember what it is. I was watching this guy do a video today. I had, if I keep hitting the wrong mouse button, but I, yeah, I'm not used to left clicking. But he was trying to make this simple oval, and he was going through all the different, trying to go through all the different pieces. Eventually, he ended up using the filler track. And as you see, I'm making this. Okay. Now, as you see this gap here, right? It's a perfect, this is a, what I call perfect oval, double oval. Okay. This is symmetrical. That is symmetrical. The other end is symmetrical. So you have really nothing that can go awry when you start using these custom things. That's why I like those. Um, Now you want to make so that train can swap over to one side and another train can swap back over. That gets to be a little more detailed work. So I almost have to figure out 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have to take 6 from each side, take those middle couple of sections probably out to do that. But what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of show you how I solved the conundrum for this in my drawer here. And it took me a little playing with it today. So we go to a turnout 1. Okay. So I don't remember if I left it at 35 or went down to 30. So we're going to go down to 30-degree angle. I think that was the 30. Then the radius. I was at a radius of 4. I believe. So then what I did is I took this and I went like this. I plopped it out here. Then I took and I made a left, and I plopped it out here. The reason I plopped those out there is because I am going to go to what they call a custom drawer. Oh, look at that. They're already in this custom drawer from my previous game because it's on my profile. So these are the right radiuses for that. So I don't even need these. But I wanted to show you how you can modify them. So we're going to take this section out. We're going to go, okay, so let me get rid of this. Let's go R. Okay, now see it tries to get wonky. Look at that. I didn't know exactly where I was going to put this thing. So that's why I look at that. Okay. Now you'll notice there's a little gap here. There's a big gap here and a big gap here. These straights, I could have dinked with these straights like that. Not going to. Now what I did here, since these are in my custom drawer, I go like this. I'm going to go to the track. And because I'm standing kitty wampus here, I'm going to move myself. There's not one of those that's a standard length, so I'm going to use the gap fill track. Pop. Pop. And voila, I have a perfect changeover from one rail to another. Now if I want to go from that other rail, I have to make another one of these down this direction so I can get back, so I could go, and if I wanted to do that sort of thing, have it like it say a train platform here that wants to run on the main line. So if you were just going to do like a platform with a separate branch, and then it would branch in to park the train, that you could do that, something like this too. But So now I can go back to that. Now I already have these out here. Let's see if I actually built these the way that these were supposed to be. So we're gonna those could work too. But let me go and inspect them because I think those are too close together. And they are. So I actually designed them incorrectly on the video. As you can see, they won't line up with the track. I can show you that with the filler, with the gap fill. It won't even line up. Oh, there it did. But you see this? I zoom in here. It's not a perfectly symmetrical. So it does take a lot of finagling to do the customization that I spent probably 45 minutes this morning doing. Um, that being said, you definitely want to not do the tomfoolery that I did just now if you don't have to. Take the time and do it, figure it out, play with it. Um, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in here once I get where I need to be. I'll go to my custom drawer. This gives us a whole lot of, so what it did is it put these switches a lot further, those controls a lot further apart. Now I can just add track in there. I can now go back to the tracks, grab my gap fill, And as you see, it is just a little wonky, but it is not not near. I mean, it's probably a degree off, but for the intense purposes of this game, it looks pretty darn good. So you can play with this, you can have fun. Oh, here's the really cool part. Let's close the drawer. We don't need that out right now. So now I'm going to do is grab my, I'm going to apply changes. That means nothing can, I can't edit any of this right now. I can always unlock it for editing, but now we're going to put a train on here. Oops, I didn't want to go to that. I am sitting in a dark studio because I've got a fairly bad headache today, so this is about as simple of a video layout that I could do. All right. Now here we can put a pointer on it. We can go use the Q key to push till it there. Now she's locked in. I got a little old time steamer there. So I like those. I like old steam engines. Now we're gonna go. In here, we're gonna see if we can find some nice cars to. Okay. So we got ourselves a little train here. Let's close this drawer. Now we'll get our controller off up. So we click on our 443, and to go forward, we go with the E key. We're going to move that switch. Now we're going to go down. Oops. Now we're better get out of the way here. Now we have a bird's eye view. There she is switching over on that rail. This train should be coming down this switch. There she is. Like that old steam smoke. This is one I don't think I can actually sit in it. I mean, I can, but there's nothing in there to control. Whoever made this modded train, they made it for looks, not for functionality inside. I like it though. I think it's a very cool looking engine and tender. See, now she's embarking in. So it's pretty cool. We can get that bird's eye view. You can also play this game if you have VR goggles. You can play this game in VR. I can speed the train up. Ooh, it went so fast, it lost its tender. And and it basically blew everything off the track. And look at that thing. That thing is flying. These modded engines are insane. So you could be like on the Addams Family. You can have big train crashes. So that's why when you go, you gotta, can't do it. I do this all the time. Oh, I guess I do have. I can be inside here. So if you actually had some cool scenery to look at. Oh, so we're keeping her on the outside loop here. Anyway, um, I wanted you to see how just how easy it is to make a double loop, evenly spaced tracks all the way around with four switches in it to switch from inside rail to outside rail, no matter which direction you have that train going. So we're gonna throw the switch here, throw the switch here. We're gonna keep her on, get her onto the inside rail. Now she's really got the steam going out. I turned on the real steam so we could have really good effects. So we have a really long train rolling here. Um, so it's fantastic. We can also go over to the teleport to the control wall here with the escape key. We can come in here and we can, let's finagle our way over here to the Nighttime, midnight. And as you see, the lights come up on it. Now the time of day should change as we go. So they have settings to freeze the time. I had it on freezed. Then we can go into advanced settings. So lots of different settings in here to have these parameters. Don't know when that weather change will happen. I'm not sure what Halloween mode is. But I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. I've never played with weather elements. Well, now the time of day is changing. So anyway, so now on the other side of that, I would probably make another little branch off like this so that you could customize trains going multiple rails. Or I might make a branch off in there and put a switch yard in the middle. Um, but I've come to the consensus that we're going to the outside rails now. And anybody who likes running trains, this is a great way to run a model railroad without putting the big cost into purchasing one. They are expensive to set up and build. I've done N scale. I'm going to be departing from it because I need that space for my castle build and my Legos. So, yeah, that's one of those things. This the gaming rig that I have is just fantastic. We got nice shadows in this game. And there we go. We got the rain. Let's have our way out. Very cool. Listen to the wind howling. Look at that fog. You don't see that weather element when you're outside. You have to go into the real world. You see the time of day change, but not the weather. So that is pretty stellar. I could just imagine this in VR. All right, we're headed back to the main menu. Anyway, hey, this is Cool PC Doc saying it has been a blast playing Rolling Line tonight, and um, I look forward to doing more videos of different things such as Lego builds, Rolling Line, maybe some American Truck Simulator. You know, I just don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, we're going to have just want you to be safe and have an awesome rest of your day. And thanks for watching my channel, and you have a really great day.